To have you all join me tonight. It's another time with the enthusiastic tutor, and I apologize for the delay. Some technical issues behind, but thank goodness we're able to solve it, and here we are. So, without further ado, let's proceed into tonight's class. Okay, so we're going to be talking about some terminologies. Computer terminologies. Okay. Very first thing we're looking at some connections called LAN, called WAN, and called we have LAN, we have WAN, and we have MAN, and we have W. Okay, this stands for local area network. We have the wide area network. We have metropolis area network, and we have the world wide web. Okay, now for this, LAN is said to be a local area network and refers to a network set up in one building. We have one building. The network here is set up in one building, and before we have, this is number one, this is number three, this is number two, this is number four. Well, let me just let me rearrange it. It's supposed to be man, then one. Now I have metropolis area network. Okay, I think I need to put this on silent so we don't get distracted. Good. So you have wide area network. Now, metropolis area network is referred to two LANs laying between two buildings. Two LAN between two buildings. Two of this local area network linked between two buildings is what we refer to as MAN. Now for the wide area network, we have LAN or MANs that are connected between city, LAN or MAN between cities. Okay, and for WW we have link up of the world's LAN, MAN and WAN. LAN, MAN and WAN world link up. World link up. Okay, so we have that as that. Now, something we call network. We have network or networks. Anyone? Now, when two or more computers are interconnected, this is generally referred to as network. Two or more computers interconnection within one or two computers. The interconnection within one or two computers, or it can be used to transfer information between computers. Medium of transfer of info between computers. Interconnection within one or two computers, or a medium of transfer of information between computers, so we call networks. All right, and let's proceed. So we have file server, file server. Now, okay, okay, Miss Simisola says good evening. Good evening, it's great to have you join us. We have Mr. Emmy, great to have you. We have Miss Fatima, it's great to have you. Mr. Baba Tokwe, it's great to have you. Mr. Alfred, it's also great to have you, sir. Sorry, said sorry about the technical issues. Yeah, thank you. And we have Miss Sue join us tonight. Now, file server is used to store all shared and data on the network. Store all shared, used to store all shared programs and data on the what? On the network. On the it is used to store all shared program and data on the network. Okay. So we have internet. Okay. The internet is said to be a global network of computers that are able to communicate with one another using a common language called HTML. Now, these are the keywords: a global network of computer, a global network of computers, a global network of computers that are able to communicate, the keyword communicates using one language, HTML language. A global network of computers that can communicate using the language HTML. So we have that as that, and soon we'll get to what HTML means. We'll get there. We are heading somewhere. Now we have browser. Okay, a lot of you might be wondering, why are we starting from here? This is like almost the ending of the material. Well, I believe majority of you know what's going on in the classroom that I created for 100 level. I said it that we have a private classroom and classes have been going. This is our, if I'm not mistaken, this is our 5th class on this course. But I decided to make it a general class today, so at least others that are not been partaking in these classes can also benefit from the class. So a lot has been going on in the classroom, which is the private classroom, and this is the last day we are taking this course. So next week we are going into another course, and hopefully by the time we go through all our courses, then we'll take MTH 105, and that's how it goes. So if you are just joining us for the first time on this stream, if you want to reach out to me, just go to the description in the link below, tutorayo.com. You can get my WhatsApp number from there. You can just with the push of a button, you can message me on WhatsApp. And we are also, I'll be requiring that at the end of this class, each student on the stream take a picture of their note and send it to me. It is a ritual of this class. It is necessary so that I can know that yes, you are following everything that is being said in this class. This is a classroom. You're supposed to come with your biro and with your book and take notes. And this is one of you are going to learn in GST101. It's called note taking and note making. When do you take notes? When do you make notes? Now, at the end of this class, each student are expected to take a picture of the notes and send it to if you're in a general group, send it to general group, and if you're in a private group, send it there as well. So we have the browser. Now, a browser is a software tool. Mr. Alfred, do you remember yesterday when we were talking about software applications? Now, browser is also one of them. It's a software, and we use it to look at web pages. Software tool to view web pages. Awesome. So, as you can see here, we have some certain types of connections. We have LAN, we have MAN, we have WAN, we have WWW, and we said LAN is the local area network, whereby it is the connection within one building. Connection within one building, that is for LAN, local area network. And we say MAN is metropolis area network. This is connection of two LAN within two buildings. Connection of two LAN within two buildings, or between two buildings. Now, we have WAN. WAN is wide area network, and we say it is the connection of LAN or MAN within cities. Now we have www, which is the World Wide Web, which is the LAN man one that links all these connections together globally. So we have that as that, and we come down here. We said network. Network is said to be an interconnection within one or two computers. Network is said to be an interconnection. You know, based on how our exams will be set, our exams, you will not be asked to write essay. You will not be asked to write, define, or state or list. No. Your exams are, they are objective and sub-objective questions. So you need to have an idea of what you should be expecting. Now they can just bring out, it's not they can. What is obtainable is that extracted phrases and sentences will be taken from the material, and you'll be asked to fill in the gap without no options. You'll be given some questions whereby you have options, and you have some whereby there are no options at all. You just have to figure it out. So if you are not come to classes, if you are not going through things like this, if you are not consistent in coming to tutorials, you might miss out on this. Or if you have not been taking time to go through your material, definitely you will miss out on it. So in order to avoid things like this, it is necessary that you attend classes and you take notes while classes are going on. Now we have file server. File server is used to store all shared programs and data on the network. And we have internet. Internet is a global network of computer that can communicate using a language called HTML. And we have a browser. Browser is a software tool to view web pages. Thank you very much. Let's proceed. All right. Now, hyperlinks. Hyperlinks. We'll talk about hyperlinks. What are we talking about? Hyperlinks are underlined or bordered words and graphics that have been addressed, that has web address. Graphics with web address. Now, the link I sent to the WhatsApp group, the link took you to a website, right? And on the website, you saw the banner and you saw the headings and the body, the text editor, you saw everything. And just below the text editor, there is a button there. There is a graphic. A button in form of a graphics. You can call it a graphic, you can call it a button. It's there. And one thing is that when you click on that button, it brings you directly to the class. That is hyperlink. That graphic, that text, or that button has embedded in it and a link or an address. So when you click on it, it sends you somewhere else. The link I sent to the classroom is just a link. Everybody knows that it is a link. It's obvious. That's not an hyperlink. Hyperlink, the way they are designed, you're not supposed to know that this is a link. Now, have you come across, maybe you are reading online and you saw a word, a particular word different from every other word? Maybe the word is in blue or is in red, different from every other one. And you realize that word now, if you just click on that word, it will take you somewhere else. It is responsive. And you realize if you click on the regular one, maybe that one in black ink, it is not responsive. You see, that one that is responsive is called an hyperlink. So it can be in form of graphics or in form of bordered text, but if you click on it and it's responsive, then it's an hyperlink. So we have bordered words, bordered, or yeah, border. Okay, I think it's bordered. Okay, yeah, bordered words. All right. So we are good to go. That's what an hyperlink is. Responsive bordered words or graphics. Now we have that as that. Under this hyperlink, the address embedded in these bordered words is what we call URL. Links embedded with URLs is what we call hyperlinks. Links embedded with URL are referred to as hyperlinks. Now let's proceed. So we have home pages, home pages. Now this is the starting point of the website. When you type www.nowonline.net on your browser, the very first place you are taken to, the very first place interface you are seeing is the home page of the website. So it is the starting point of the website. That is the home page. And we have URL. URL. Now, what does URL stands for? URL stands for Universal Resource. Universal Resource Locator. Some persons might ask you, what's your website URL? Or what is the school URL? They are simply asking, what is the Universal Resource Locator? What is the address? Address online now, not physical like your house address. Like, what is your address online? Maybe the address of your website or something. The person is actually asking of your URL. And it's said to be the Universal Resource Locator. Now let's proceed. Now we have HTML. HTML. What does HTML stand for? HTML stands for hypertext. Hypertext. It's my marker. Marked up. Marked up language. Hypertext marked up language. That is that for that. And we have HTML, which is hypertext marked up language, and we have HTTP. HTTP, which stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Hypertext Transfer Protocol. So we have that as that. Now we have modem. We have modem, said to be modulator, demodulator, demodulator. Okay, modulator, demodulator. Right, so we have that is that. So we have server, we have server. Okay, just a moment. So we have the server, which is the host data station. The host data station. The host data station. That is what the server is. And I believe many of us might have come across the term zip and unzip. Okay, this class is supposed to be for a minimum of an hour, but we might not be able to do that much because because of the delay, that's definitely affect other classes. So it's not a game of trying to strike a balance. Now we've come across the word, maybe we've come across the word zip and unzip. Maybe we've come across these two words. I want to talk about zip when you want to when you compress. Maybe when you compress a file. Okay, we have about 10 persons on this stream and we have just 4 likes. If you're here to smash the like button, do all to smash the like button right away. Smash the like button. So we have, when you compress, you are zipping a file. Maybe a file is about 50 gig, so you want to reduce it, you can zip it by making it 50, maybe half the original size. Then the unzipping is when you decompress. When you decompress a file. Decompress. Okay. So we have that as that. So let's proceed. Now we have firewall. Firewalls. Now, firewall is said to be a gateway of a private network. Yes, firewall, they are like your watchman to your personal network. Anything that wants to interfere, your firewall is the first contact. A gateway to a private network. So we have that as that. So we have cyberspace. Cyberspace. Now, cyberspace is originally used in Neurocancer by William Gibson novel to direct brain-computer networking, referring to a collective of realm. It's referred to as a collective. Awesome. Okay, thank you. We have about 6 likes now. About 6 persons has liked the video. The remaining 7 now. Awesome. Yes, thank you guys. That was great. Now it's said to be a realm realms of computer. Realms of computers, of computer aided communication. Cyberspace, a realm of computer aided communication. So we have that as that. Now let's take this BBS, bulletin board system. BBS. We have bulletin board system. So some terminologies we all need to be aware of. So I think that will be all for tonight. It's already 30 something minutes. So thank you very much, everyone. And I am optimistic that with this little we've gotten, we can develop it and make something out of it. The most important thing is that we don't joke with our study time. It's highly essential we take out time to study. It's highly essential we enroll for tutorials, whether the physical one or the virtual one, and join classes, join groups, study groups. All these things definitely pay off. These are your formative stage in your study, in your programming now. You need to make the best out of it. Thank you very much.